Constant Cars crew, what's cracking? Back with another video, another Tuesday. Today we're gonna go over my top 5 pros and cons after 1 month ownership of my 2016 C7.5 S7. Let's get started. We're gonna do the pros first and then the cons. So top 5 and top 5. Now, hate is a strong word, so I'm not gonna say I hate anything about this car. But definitely some likes and dislikes. So we're gonna start with the likes first. First one is the connectivity of the Bluetooth and the wireless. It honestly shocked me as soon as I got in the car. So if you own Apple products, you know, like if you have AirPods, the second you open the case, it's already connected to the phone. That's the case with this car and any phone. I barely turned the car on and my phone is already connected, already playing media. If I had media playing, it is ready to go. Like, ready to go. It's honestly much quicker than I anticipated. Quicker than any car I've had previously, for sure. So that's pro number 1. Pro number 2 about the S7. The interior. Now, I have a black optics package. I have the sports package, but that's exterior stuff. But the interior, look at this diamond leather stitching. This carbon fiber everywhere. Everywhere. The dash, as you can see up top, most people don't even realize how far around the top of the dash that the carbon fiber goes. Amazing. It's honestly amazing. It's very clean look. It's more than most cars have in carbon fiber interiors that are stock OEM stuff. But it looks fantastic. It's a very classy, clean look. Everyone loves carbon fiber everything. So the more the better. And I think this is better. But this diamond leather stitching, fantastic as well. I'm a big fan. It's very comfortable. Check out this back seat though. I am 6 foot, 210 pounds. I personally hate being in small cars. I hate feeling constricted. I need room, I need comfortability, I need space. And this back seat feels awesome for me. I don't feel uncomfortable at all. I feel like I could sit here for hours and do a road trip. I could definitely do this. But this power leads us to number 3. I don't know if you can hear this. I'm sure you can. It's got power, baby. It's got this 4-liter twin-turbo V8, 450 horsepower stock, and you can see it. You can feel it. You can tell. If you're the driver, if you're the passenger, if you're in the back seat, if you're driving next to me, or you were driving next to me because now I'm gone, it's got the power. It feels fantastic. It's so smooth. The ride quality is awesome. Something you would expect from this German engineering. And it shows. I love every second of it. I enjoy the ride. It's still fun 30 days later. And I don't think it's going anywhere. The fun is here to stay. So, quick recap. Number 1, connectivity. Number 2, the interior. Number 3, power. Number 4 is going to be the wheel size. Now, on most other vehicles that I've had, I've always felt the need to improve that aspect of the vehicle. Not with this one. It comes to 20 stock. And honestly, I think they did a great job. It fills the gap nicely. It is a clean look. I don't feel the need to actually replace them. Damn, this thing's fun. I don't feel the need, honestly, to replace the wheels or go higher. Obviously, like a 21 or a 22 fitment would be the perfect fitment for sure. But the point is, I don't feel the need to right away, at least, maybe in the future, to replace the 20s that are OEM. They look great. It's a clean look. It fits the car nicely. It's not out of place. It doesn't look too small. Audi did a great job there. Good job, Audi. Now, Play the clip of number 5 to 5,000 RPMs. And go. That's right, baby. Launch control. Number 5 of the pros. Launch control. For sure, launch control. Now, this was in no particular order, but this one is probably my favorite part of the car. I've never had launch control personally. It's always just been a brake boost, and this is some serious shit. It even, like, I'm expecting the car to take off when I'm in launch control. I know how it feels now. I've done it a couple times, and it still throws me to the back of my seat, even when I'm already preparing myself to do so. Like, I know it's coming, and it still does it. It takes off at 5,000 RPM. It almost seems impossible to control below 5,000 RPM. You really can't. It goes from the normal 3 all the way up to 5. There is no in between. It just takes off. That all-wheel drive, that Audi, German engineering, all-wheel drive, it kicks in. That Quattro, it works, and it goes. It moves. All 450 horses kick in, and this thing's a beast, man. This thing's a beast. It's funny, the previous owner named the vehicle, like, within the settings of the Bluetooth, the S7 Beast, and I personally wouldn't have done that. It's somewhat corny to me personally, but it's definitely fitting, for sure. This thing is a beast stock at 450. Now, I still need more power. We're still going to talk to Igor, my guy, and we're going to get this thing jumping very soon. If you've been keeping up with the vlogs, you know what kind of power is coming out of this thing very, very soon. But this launch control, I'm already excited about. I can't wait to see what we can do with this thing after a tune and a couple more performance upgrades. So stay tuned for that, for sure. But now that we're over the good stuff, let's head over to the cons and see what's up on that side. So now, con number 1, the Bose sound system. To the average consumer, it sounds fantastic. To someone who's had a few cars and has had some premium audio systems and even custom audio systems with some aftermarket stuff, it's not fantastic. Now, some things are good. The sound is actually decent. I can only turn the volume up to 30 of 50 before it's extremely loud. So the sound out of the Bose, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, everyone knows Bose because of that above average quality work that they have. It's not going to be the greatest system you've ever had. It's not going to be custom tuned to how you want to hear it. You're not going to hear every note, every drum, every kick. But like I said, for the average consumer, for the average premium car, a Bose sound system is going to sound great. Now, I'm going to play some music here. It's got some unreleased music by Fico Bands. It's a friend of mine. It's the homie. So, because it's unreleased, y'all on YouTube can't copyright me. So, we're going to play a little 5-second clip here of a song of his, just so you can get an idea. So, headphone users, beware. I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit this sound in or not, but we're going to try. So, song is fire, first of all. Second of all, it's not the most clear. Like I said, to the average person, it's going to sound fantastic to you. It's going to sound really good. It is above average. Like I said, Bose is a premium system, but It's not going to be your custom one. It's not going to be your built sound system. It's not going to be some of these higher end versions of sound systems you can purchase in these vehicles. Some of these options that you can get, it just won't beat it. But that's con number one. You got to try it out for yourself. Find your buddy's vehicle, maybe that has a Bose in there, and then go from there. You'll hear it for yourself. Now, con number two is going to be really hard to get on camera. I don't think I'm going to have an option for you to do it, but it's the understeer. It is bad, and I knew about it when I bought the vehicle. That was one of the big things that people were complaining about, and it's true. I've never really experienced a car that had understeering issues. I mean, they all kind of have either a small understeer or oversteer. Literally almost every car has one way or the other, but for it to be a noticeable difference, that's an issue, to the point where I am getting sway bars for this vehicle, and I'd recommend anyone that does get this vehicle to get one. I don't know how many of these Audi generations, if it's just the S7s, the 6s, or 4s, or what, or 5s, but definitely on this facelift S7, it is necessary. You need sway bars or links or literally anything that you could possibly get that would help this understeer issue. It is no bueno. It does definitely affect the overall handling and experience of attachment to the road. Because of how fun the car is, it would be that much higher. Like, if, I don't know, just throwing shit at the wall here, if it was like a 7 out of 10 in fun because of the power and performance of the vehicle, it would be that 9.5 if it had the handling down packed, because that's one of the only things that it's really missing. It definitely needs to be improved. But you know, sway bars or links are not stupid expensive. It wouldn't be a bad upgrade to do. I still have to order mine, but they're definitely on the way for sure. It's a necessary item for one of these vehicles, so keep that in mind. Con number three. There is a very tiny sunroof here. I'll show it to you now. Don't get me wrong. When I purchase vehicles, the two main things that I want, obviously there's a lot that goes into purchasing vehicles, especially when you're looking for sports cars, and sometimes it gets down to the very specific nitty-gritty of detail. However, leather and a sunroof are like two just comfort things that I prefer in all my vehicles. I think there's a lot of need for both. Personally, I think that should be in every vehicle, unless it's some sort of all-terrain where maybe a cloth would be better. But a leather seat and a sunroof. Now, we've already talked about the interior. It's fantastic. But the sunroof, very small. Am I glad I have one? Yes. Do I wish it was bigger? Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm looking at it, and it apparently even lets in light. Like, sometimes if I just want to do it to let in light, and I'm not even opening the sunroof, I bet it's like cracking the window. It's that small. But it does work well, don't get me wrong. There is a weird thing too that I'll show you here about the sunshade for it. I'm gonna put it in the list of cons because I don't know how I feel about it, and it's not 100% positive, so I can't put it in the pros. But as you can see here, there are these tiny holes that lead up to the sky. It doesn't fully shade. So not only does it not let in all the light that I want, but when I close it and I want full shade, it doesn't give me full shade either. Like, I'm not sure. But the positive part of that, just to touch on, because it wasn't, like I said, 100% con, is that I kind of like the look of it. It's different. I like different. It stands out for sure. I think, I would hope that's what Audi was trying to do with it. That it's just a unique feature, but it's a weird feature. It's not the most useful. It doesn't go, like I said, one way or the other fully. It's always kind of there. And you'll have to kind of experience it for yourself. It's nice, I guess, if I lift the tail up of the sunroof, but also want to keep the sun out while also circulating air. I guess that would be perfect, because it would lead, well, yeah, because the air still flows. It's an open hole. It's not just like a plastic window pane. So I guess that's the only use for it. I don't know if there's a specific need where maybe it's an aerodynamic thing, but if it's a comfortability thing, sure. The comfort level is there where you can put the tail up, edge it up, keep the shade closed, keep most of the sun out, but let the air flow. I guess that's a perfect scenario for it, but that's the only thing that would be the perfect scenario, because otherwise it's just weird. It's quirky. Usually I like weird, but I don't know if you hit the nail on the head on this one, Audi. So, quick recap. Con number 1, the Bose sound system. Con number 2, the understeer. Con number 3, the very awkward tiny sunroof. So, con number 4, the gas. Now, Let's Go Brandon has prices currently around $4 to $5, which is fantastic. Thank you so much. I love it. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to, but from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate that gift. Now, I am in a couple forums on Facebook for the C7s, S7s, S6s, everything C7 essentially. And people are telling me that they have a decent gas mileage, and their average MPGs are pretty good. Mine, I don't know if it's, I really don't know how to feel about it. It doesn't seem great. I thought it was going to be better, I'll put it that way. That's why this ended up in the cons list. It's not terrible, but I definitely thought it would be better. It lasts about a week, 5 to 7 days, depending on how I'm driving. I do have a 30 to 45 minute commute to work 5 days a week, and I'm also driving at least an hour a day on my days off, 2 hours a day for commutes to and fro on work days. So, I mean, I do a lot of driving, don't get me wrong. I know I'm going to use up gas, but some people are telling me to get like 2 weeks out of this thing, and I'm not even really doing my performance driving. I'll gun it around some cars on the way to work. If I get on the if I get on the highway on my days off, yeah, I'll have some fun. I'll do a pull or two, but like, I'm not racing yet, and I'm not going crazy. I'm not out here gunning it just because. I only do that stuff right now for you guys to show off, but I'm almost scared because I'm gonna start doing these performance things. I'm gonna start tracking it. I'm gonna start doing some street racing in Mexico. So I'm afraid that with these $5 gas prices, I'm gonna be running out every 3 days. Now, I did experience that with the X6M on the last car. I literally had to fill up every 4 days. So it wouldn't be the worst thing because I've already had that. But it's definitely a con for sure, because other people are telling me that they are doing fun weekend driving and that they're still experiencing almost 2 weeks of gas time. So maybe I'll look into it just to make sure nothing's wrong. But I don't believe anything's wrong with the car. I think I just maybe have a heavy foot. So well, we'll find out. Now, average miles per gallon for this car, 17 city and 27 highway. So I don't feel like I'm getting that. My average miles per gallon on here is probably 18. So I guess it's my aggressive driving, but I really don't feel like I'm doing any aggressive over-the-top driving. But maybe that's just me. I have a heavy foot. It is true. Now, con number 5, to touch base with con number 4, and then pro number 3 being power. Con number 4, of course, being the gas. We just talked about it. Pay attention. But it's the weight The car is 4,600 pounds. It's a 4-seater. There's no back seat. I'm sorry, there's no middle seat in the back. And it's a mid-size sedan. It's a large-size sedan, I believe, actually, but it's 4,600 pounds, and that's curb weight. So it's almost 5,000 pounds. It definitely. So when I was giving the overall performance of the vehicle a 7, with the understeer correction a 9.5, to get that 10, that extra half or full 1 point would be the weight reduction, for sure. If both of those were fixed, if we had some sort of weight reduction and it was closer to 4,000 or under 4,000 pounds, my fat ass wasn't in it every day. Now, I did link it to number 3 of the pros, being the power, because with this powerful V8 and this 450 horses, you can't tell all the time. It's not always noticeable, but when you're driving it consistently, you do realize in some situations, maybe in some cornering, which doesn't help with the understeer, or at first launch, if you're not using launch control and you're just taking off from a light normally, you do feel the weight to start. Thank God it's got enough power to kick in that you don't realize it after a few seconds, but you definitely tell that this is a almost 5,000 pound SUV. Okay, bonus round. Pros and cons are over. We have one bonus pro, one bonus con. Let's do it. Bonus pro number 1, the visibility. It's actually got a very good visibility, much more than I thought it would, having the hatchback slope feel, the sport back look. Typically it has super small visible windows, particularly in the back or in the rear windshield, rear windows, but it's actually pretty good. It's much better than I thought. I don't really have blind spots. I feel very comfortable driving this thing. I feel like I can see everything that I need to. There's not one situation so far in the last month that I've owned it that I felt I was in a dangerous situation because of my visibility or lack thereof. Definitely a good bonus pro for sure. Bonus con number 1. That is the steering wheel. Come on, Audi. You could have done better. It's an S7. It's got an S-line steering wheel, but it's a shitty leather. It's not anything special. There's no flat bottom. There's no carbon fiber. There's no Alcantara. It's a shitty leather. So it's gonna be one of my next. I'm gonna do a lot of other performance upgrades and visual upgrades before I do the steering wheel. It's least important on my list in the fact that I have other things that would help the car look and perform better. However, it's on my list of need to do. Absolutely. It's going to be a severe upgrade to the interior. I need some matching carbon fiber for the interior, for sure. But Audi, you could have done better, for sure. I've had a lot of people on the forums talk about possibly just getting an RS7 steering wheel. I believe theirs OEM is flat bottom. Still looks the same with the leather though. So I'm not sure if I necessarily need the flat bottom or want the flat bottom, or if I just want a better look to it as in carbon fiber or Alcantara. I'm shooting for carbon fiber. So I think I'm gonna end up just saving up for one of the Carbon-tastic steering wheels, but we'll find out. We'll see. But bonus con, definitely steering wheel. Something else I can add to the pro of the performance and the power is it has OEM, it has stock pops and bangs. You know, it's nothing crazy. It's a couple little pops, a couple little bangs, a couple little rumbles, but it's stock. Nothing done to it. It just does it. An APR stage 1 A5. Got a little badge. Now, this isn't just top 5 and bottom 5 pros and cons. This is an overall 1 month review. So, I bought the car with 56,000 miles on it. It had maybe 15 or 20% left on the brake pads. I don't believe they were replaced from the previous owner, looking at the Carfax history. But they did need to be replaced at 56,000 miles for sure. So I just did that. I put some power stop brakes on there, brake pads. I did not change the rotors. I also installed the ECS tuning stainless steel brake lines, which you should have seen in the last YouTube video. I haven't tracked any numbers yet, but I will be hitting the track in a couple weeks for sure to get some numbers for you as far as what it's doing stock. I'm not really having any back pain sitting in the seat. Like I said, it is comfortable for me. I do wish the seat was slightly more adjustable coming from an expensive Audi, but it is what it is. It's fine for me. Interior, I said, was great. I gave you that. Number on the interior, I don't know, 8.5. The exterior, said the wheels were okay. Definitely needs paint correction for sure, but I'm going to end up wrapping it soon, so stay tuned for that. Window tints coming very soon. I have a lot of you guys asking me what the hell's wrong with you, why haven't you tinted the car yet? And honestly, I usually tint the car right away, like within the first week of buying a vehicle, but because I've gone through 5 vehicles in the last 8 months, I said we'll probably wait on that. I'm going to do some of the performance stuff first, which I guess doesn't really make sense. It's more expensive doing the performance stuff, but it is what it is. I'm okay with waiting for a little bit longer. I do have the plan set up. I already have it scheduled with a friend of mine to get it done, as well as the wrap. So I have a lot of things coming. Stay tuned. For all you haters out there, there's a lot more coming, so stay tuned and stay excited, because I'm excited for this build. Like I said in my my last vlog, or the vlog a couple weeks ago when I went through so many cars, that this is going to be my most exciting car that I've had because of the potential. It's going to be a great little project car. I'm going to have a lot of fun building this one. And yeah, stay tuned, man.